you showed such a beautiful human side to all the members in the band. And I know one part, or different parts, where Arnell would say, I want to go home. Like, you've just felt it. Here's these people lining up, waiting to see the show. It's scary. Yes, it's a dream come true, but you could feel why that would happen. And then you mentioned in a Q&A that there was a circle of trust. And at first you were way out in no man's land, and then you inched your way in. How did that happen?
I think persistence. Because we were there every day. Like, you know, when they agreed to have us come on board and film this '08 tour, I think they understood it cerebrally, but they didn't really understand it in their hearts, like what that meant. For a veteran band, they were not used to cameras and, cameras following them around, which surprised me. I thought, they're such veterans. They're used to media or just attention or just camera, the presence of the camera. But someone explained to me recently, well, they're also, and because they're veterans, because they came of age, like, at the cusp of, like, MTV, when it all happened, right? When suddenly the backstage was something to be filmed, at the advent of MTV. They came at that cusp, so they're not really used to having cameras. So it makes sense. They're not used to having cameras around backstage and stuff. I thought they were. So it surprised me when they were like, you're still here? What's happening? Why are you still wanting to shoot it? You film this every day. But, it's like a take in a regular film, right? So hopefully one take works. I'm not shouting out action, but basically in my head, I'm like, okay, action. And then you do it again the next day and one take hits. That's basically documentary filmmaking. But I think it was when they realized we weren't going away. They realized, okay, they're here. We've promised them access. We'll give them access. One thing about the band is, and they told me this at the very beginning, they're a handshake band. I'm like, really? You don't have any contracts? Because truthfully, we didn't have the rights signed off for the music when we were filming. But they said, we're a handshake band. We said we're going to work it, we'll make it work for you. We've agreed to do this. We're going to be there for you. We have your back. And they did. At the end of the day, they did. I mean, we showed them the film when we were done in last year, right before premiering for Tribeca. They saw it, they loved it, and everything, of course, then the lawyers started talking back and forth, but at the end of the day, they did still grant us rights. I think it was just persistence when they realized, there's this great story of, and I always tell this story, but we were filming Neil. And Neil always has his guitar. Even in the film, right, he's always playing his guitar. I think we were filming him. It's really quiet in the dressing room. He's playing. And we were there for a good 10 minutes. It was me, Julia, my cinematographer, and Jim, who was doing sound. And we were just sitting. And I love doing that, just being there and just filming and just being quiet and zen and in the moment. And he's into it, okay, for a good 10 minutes. And then he looks up and he goes, "You're still here?" I'm like, "Yeah, Neil, we're still here until you go home. When you go home, we go home." He goes, "Okay." Then I knew, okay, we've reached that kind of access that, I dreamt of, because he forgot we were there,